Railroading is the cardinal sin of Dungeons & Dragons, but I don't think it should be. In fact, I railroaded my players hard, and they liked it. Wait, that came out so wrong! If you've been a DM for any amount of time, you know that your players will inevitably go down completely the wrong path. There is no explanation for this phenomenon, and I just assume it's some cosmic force that likes to laugh at DMs making their lives miserable. But this happens so frequently that railroading the players is almost necessary to keep them on track. I suppose I should start with the story. A story that occurred on camera during our livestream game Fridays at 7:30 EST, by the way. Early on, my party was in the town of Mooncliff and was given the option between a couple of things. Investigate rumors of cultists, rumors of ogres, try to find out where a shady guy named Claude is, or guard a nearby town. I ask you, out of all of those potential options, which one seems like the main story? If you said either the cultists or Claude, you'd be correct. But the party decided to head their bets south to see where the wind took them, which happened to lead them to the town of Edgefield. On the way, they happened to get attacked by various creatures of lycanthropic variety. Not thinking much of it, they dispatch them and eventually get to Edgefield, not learning much about the cult, Claude, or anything. But this town was also having trouble with ogres as well. At this point, they decided to go and deal with the ogres since they were causing such trouble for everyone, and after fighting them, they realized that some of the ogres also had been infected with lycanthropy. I bet you can't tell where the story is heading, right? Think about the chain of events. Party gets given a list of problems, doesn't decide on anything, and fumbles around in the dark until they magically come across 2 lycanthropic issues. Now, think about this from the player's perspective. They hear rumors of a cult at Mooncliff. They go to Edgefield and encounter lycanthropes. They hear Edgefield is having trouble with ogres, and then they fight the ogres, which happen to have lycanthropy, which may or may not have something to do with the cult. This was a linear chain of events that led them down the path to learn about a problem with lycanthropy. But throughout the entire chain of events, the party never felt like they were being railroaded. Geez, I need a new term for this. From now on, I will be referring to railroad as the choo-choo. Anyways, the party goes along this choo-choo completely unaware because throughout the entire game, they had choices and options. They could have investigated cultists, looked into their Claude guy, or guarded a town in need of additional protection. But instead, they decided to look into the ogres. That may have been an option of convenience, but that was the decision that was made. Now look at this from the Dungeon Master perspective. Regardless of what choice they made, they would inevitably learn about this lycanthropy problem one way or another. This entire plot was to get players from point A to point B. Now there may be different paths between A and B, like points C, D, E, F, and G, but ultimately they all lead into point B. Now you can call me a bad DM if you want, but I think this is a hallmark of what makes a great DM. Gently guiding your players down this choo-choo path without them realizing they are in fact on a choo-choo. And the best part is, they have no idea 100 sessions later. But let's give a more simplified example to showcase exactly what I mean. Let's say the party has 4 potential options for the next session. They can either investigate bandits, talk to the town guard, head to Emberwatch, or interact with this guy named Jerry. What the players don't know is that each of these 4 options provide different information. To the DM, these 4 options have smaller details that look something like this. So if the party decides to investigate the bandits, they'll find the kidnapped child. That child will then lead them to the town guard, and the town guard will then tell them about shady people sneaking around at night. And this all leads the party to find this shady individual at the bar and interacting with the bad guy, Jerry. The players only see this linear view of bandits, find child, town guard, rumors, tavern, Jerry. But the DM sees something like this. You can see how even with important plot points, there are still many options, but ultimately it leads the party right to where they need to be. Maintaining this linearity is important because if a game is purely sandbox, then there's no goal. And a party with no goal is a party that fireballs taverns.
We interrupt this video for a dramatic reenactment.
Well, we finished our quest. What do we do now? I don't know. Yeah, I know, me neither. I'm kind of bored. Yeah, Me too. I think I got an idea.
Why would it burn? We now return to our regularly scheduled programming.
Does the choo-choo truly deserve to be the cardinal sin of D&D? I don't think so. I think that poorly introduced choo-choos are the true culprit of this belief, and that one of the most important skills a DM can have is knowing how to put your players on this choo-choo without them ever knowing it. So, is the choo-choo bad? Nah. The choo-choo is just misunderstood. So if you ever need some help figuring out where to take your next session, maybe you should take a little bit of inspiration from our old friend Thomas. To cap this all off, I would like to guide you to the choo-choo down into the comment section below and let me know what you think. I know this can kind of be a touchy topic, so I would really appreciate your thoughts in the comments below, and even more so, I'd appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. And as always, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you on Friday.